Alright guys, well it's been a while. And I've been doing work off video like a douche. So I'm sorry about that. But I'll kind of catch you guys up a little bit where I've gotten. I got the front end back on. I'm sure you guys can tell that. You know what? We're going to shut this heater off so you guys can hear me better. Anyways, so we got the fuel system plumbed. I had the that blocked off. So I'll tell you a little bit about that real quick. So I had the Sportsman Fast XFI kit with the Easy LS paired to it, and I had it all wired in, like it was all wired. I'm sure you can see cut wires over there, and you guys kind of see where I'm going. I had the ECU mounted on that, and I made brackets and stuff at work and welded it to the freaking block off plate. And so I had to discard that entire block off plate because I decided to discard that whole system. And the reason I decided to discard it is because out of the box, I'm pretty sure the Easy LS was bad, the ECU part of it. But yeah, so I ended up discarding it. They sent me it. I got a new one under warranty and everything else, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this on a Gen 3 harness with a Lingenfelter box. Because it's a 58 times electric wheel. So I have to convert the 24 times to the 58 times. But I'm just going to go with a Gen 3 harness and make that work instead. I think I'd be a little money ahead. This isn't pushing insane power. This would be a great setup for a harness like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the other one back for a rainy day for whenever I want to build something really, really, really fast. So, but this thing's pretty cool. So since then, I had to relocate the power steering pump because it was running into the lines. So we moved that up with the ICT Bullet relocate bracket. Ended up running a Jeep Wrangler, actually, at 99, because it's the G8 serpentine belt setup, so I got to have the right spacing, the Type 2 pump. So I ended up running it was like a 2000 4.0 V6 power steering pump out of a Jeep Wrangler. I didn't run that because I didn't have to relocate the bracket. If you Dremel this out a little bit, you can make a G8 pump work. It just stinks because then you still got to find a spot to mount this. So I was like, you know what? You just run the freaking... And I had to buy the pulley from ICT as well to make it work. But anyways... So that was my power steering pump adventure. But right now, we got a couple things that I've just made for the car, like my clutch reservoir holder. Like that's a little bracket I made. I tied it onto the brake booster there. Oil catch can. This isn't going to ride this close to it. You guys got to think it's going to have some tension on it. It'll pull it away. So, but I did remake that bracket because I didn't think about it. But that's blocking my vent tube. So... we're probably going to do that this weekend, is change this bracket out and replace this piece. And I think I'm just going to tap it into the pump. That's what I've been seeing people do. So I might just do that, or I'll figure out a way to hook it to the radiator or whatever. Figure something out. But it's coming along. The fuel pumps, last thing I think we talked about, I actually videoed. And... so the tank didn't want to fit with all those lugs on top, so I had to cut a hole in the trunk. I'll pause and restart the video in here just a second. All right, so this is what I had to end up doing, is I ended up having to cut a hole so that way these fittings can come up and go back down. I put some Jiffy trim on the hole to make it nicer, and it will stay if I push it on there all the way. So then I went ahead and drilled a couple holes in the trunk lid, or in the trunk floor, and I welded these bolts to the bottom and I made this cover here at work. So this cover just slides on, and then I put my bolts on, and then bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, it's a bolt it down. So it's not too bad. I don't like how it takes up some trunk space, but it looks good at least. At least I got some of my better welds on there, so that's nice. But it's come along right now. I think I'm waiting on, so my brother, he is building my harness for me, and he's going to tune the ECU for me and everything if he has time. So right now I'm just trying to knock out all the little stuff until he is ready to throw me some wires. But other than that, it's ready to start. I mean, just needs the harness and ECU. The pump, it's wired up good and everything. So we should be good. What else? We got the radiator. We got the transmission in nowadays. We got the full exhaust on, which looks pretty good. Did all stainless. And I kind of made my own offset there and made my own turn downs. So I got the brake lines all redone and everything too. So we're all plumbed up there. We need to bleed brakes, add fluids, and all that fun jazz. Need to put the throttle cable on. Need to actually, this is the original throttle cable. We need to put that one on. I don't know how it works yet. I have yet to look at it. So that'll probably be a video I do here soon. But it's coming along, guys. It's coming. Well, I got to redo some seat brackets because I built some, and it was just a little bit further, closer to the tunnel than I liked. Like it worked. Just, I'd like to push it an inch this way. That's actually my second set I made. You know, instead of measuring twice, I decided to just make things multiple times, take a little bit of a guessing. I do silly stuff like that sometimes. But now the first one, I forgot I had this down bar here because I had it out when I measured it. And then I was like, oh, I just need to move it I'm going to move it 2 inches over. So I kind of took a guess on how far I need to move over, and I moved it too far. So really, I just need to move it an inch. This time I measured it. But we got a new heater block off plate there, but I want to hit it with the Pour 15 over there. This stuff's awesome if you guys don't have it. If you've never used it, it works great to coat like your frame and just kind of protects everything. That's what all this is. And it's self-leveling. Like, look at that. Like, I brushed that on with a chip brush, and it like came back down to that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's coming along. So I'll let you guys go for now. If you guys have questions on anything I've done, by all means, message in the comments, or you can get my email or whatever, and I can help you through whatever parts I've already been through. So, but it's coming along. Just waiting on a harness. Realistically, that's what we're waiting on. I think the harness will help build a little more motivation in my soul too, which I need. But we got the drive shaft in the other day too. We got a new drive shaft. So hopefully this week we can get new seat brackets built, get that vent tube handled, and for the coolant anyways, crossover. And I'm gonna go while I'm there, because for me, I had to pull the water pump. I should have went off of like these two bolts over here, but instead I went off of that one, which is pretty much impossible to get without moving the water pump. But I got to pull the water pump to tap it anyways for this. So I figured pull the water pump, change that bracket, tap this for the coolant vent. Then we'll hopefully do seat brackets if I have time this week to build them at work. That's the kicker. But all right, YouTube. Well, it's looking good. Here, I'll stand back and get you a little view. That's what it looks like. Gotta get the bumper on. But there it is.